Welcome back to Closing Time with Nick El-Tawil. I am once again Nick El-Tawil, and I'm here with my guests today, Ryan McCloskey and Amit. Amit, what's your last name?
Kulkarni. I know. It's a lot. Sorry.
How do we spell that?
Amit space.
No, your last name.
Kulkarni.
You heard it from him, boys and girls. That. What's up, guys?
Meat in his name
It's
twice.
actually
Yeah.
a very common Indian name.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah, it actually
Okay.
is.
Okay. So, boys, you have your company. It's called Codality. And obviously, it's a coding company. You guys are tech
For
guys. I grew up here in Arizona, and when I was growing up, it was like all real estate and healthcare.
Right.
Right? Old people buy homes and then they get sick, so they need healthcare. So it was pretty much the only two industries that were out here. And I feel like there's a big gathering of tech people within the past few years, especially here at Empire. I'd say there's way more tech people than real estate people here, which I think is so cool.
I would agree with you.
Yeah,
I think you
absolutely.
know more people at Empire. We're fairly new, but no, there's
Fair,
definitely
fair.
a lot of guys with their laptops.
You've been here a few months, right?
Yeah, I think what are we coming up on? Like 3, 4?
Yeah, about. Yeah, 3, 4.
3-4 months? Yeah.
Mhm.
So, founders, Ed's a tech guy, Bomb's a tech
Right.
guy.
Mhm.
So,
Johnny as well.
Johnny, yeah, so
Right.
like the whole nucleus of tech people is there, and then they kind of just flow in through that, in my humble opinion.
I think so.
Yeah.
And it was definitely, you feel like this place was designed with like tech guys in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like somewhat, I mean, there's obviously something for everyone, but you know, chargers, screens, just
Mhm.
everything. It just feels like if I were to go and like make a co-working space as a software developer,
Mhm.
it would look
It would
something
look
like
like
this.
this. Yeah, without a doubt.
It's like-
you can feel it in the air.
Yeah.
Like, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Actually, one of the first things we did when we joined, they were showing us how the menus here can be like automatically changed through some sort of API that was built.
Oh, that's right.
Remember that?
Yeah, Johnny's a
Yeah,
genius.
Johnny.
for that
Johnny's
stuff.
yeah. And it was
Johnny
like,
knows how to
can
do
feel
all
the
that
life.
stuff.
right. Yep.
So what made you guys want to start a tech company here in Scottsdale?
Well,
Question.
I wouldn't say that we're necessarily like here in Scottsdale
Yeah.
was our thought. It was
Mhm.
mainly that we wanted to start a tech company. in
And then
general.
you live here.
And we happen to live
Totally.
here.
Yeah.
In fact, the other partner of our company lives in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
So really, I mean, we could work with anybody. We actually are working with NYU Abu Dhabi, which is, that's kind of a
It's
weird,
a great client.
yeah, great client, but also weird time frames. You have to take a call at 11 at night kind of situation. But yeah, no, we decided to start a software company because I think that it's the only logical play given what is playing out in our profession right now.
Mm-hmm. And what is that?
It is that there is I think it's happening faster than it logically should be, but there's this feeling from, especially in enterprise software, from the executive branch that they don't need software development, and so they're preemptively sort of cutting their workforce,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is not really well thought out. It's sort of like in anticipation of what AI could be.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to capitalize on that mistake because they're going to fire their engineering teams and they're going to need help
Mm.
when.
A lot of people are moving around too, like
Right.
even just like from one SaaS platform to another, right? Because everybody's selling with the promise of like AI works better here, it's gonna be
Mhm.
faster, you could be paying less,
Mhm.
and especially when you don't understand tech, you're like, oh, that sounds great. I would
Mhm.
love to pay half as much for my software team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a great upset, right?
Mhm.
Like the promise of AI, junior developers are largely disappearing because it's just easier to use AI agents to do the coding.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've always wanted to start a company, and we just
that's
kind of had like the perfect situation where we have like a schedule. We all work together currently,
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of going to be a transplant, right? We're all on a retention agreement, storing up money, and this kind of seems like the logical time to just go out and start a company. Empire was a happy accident, Came here for a tech group event, and we were like, "What is this place?"
Mhm.
It's very
Yeah.
cool.
Basically,
Yeah.
we just ended up here, and it was like we had been needing to be around other entrepreneurs. I think especially in the engineering world, you don't really run into many people who aren't sort of like lifers, 9-to-5ers forever, and so it's just good to be surrounded by like-minded people.
For sure. For sure. And that was pretty much my experience too. It was like right when I went out and started
Tried to
my
fight it.
real estate company here in AZ, but also right when they opened, and my buddy Casey brought me here. We grabbed a drink. It wasn't even like a co-working space. It was just like, oh, let's get a drink at this place. We come here on a Saturday, end up hanging out with Ed and Ralph all night, and like I was like, these guys are dope, and you said this is a co-working space. I literally just went out on my own.
Yeah.
So I signed up like on the
The
spot.
timing of it, because
The
it's
timing
like
was
the
perfect.
exact same
Yeah.
situation.
The timing was perfect. I just happened to be here.
And you weren't
there
looking
go.
for a co-working space, right?
I had a
Necessarily.
co-working space at Industrious, so I signed up
Oh,
for
okay.
Industrious, and like that place sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
No offense,
We don't have
to
anything
anybody.
to compare to. Yeah.
but like Industrious, you know, it's great for office space. Like there's actually a lot of big companies that have space in Industrious, but also that's why it wasn't great for me. It was just I didn't need to go there to meet people. I can work from my home office.
Yeah,
I don't
totally.
need that extra space if I'm not interacting with people that I like and I think are fun or add value to me in it some way. Here, it's like I get something from everybody.
Totally.
Every single buddy I meet.
Mm-hmm.
Except you guys, you haven't built me a company yet, or any coding for me yet.
We're new. Give us some time.
Yeah, let's
Give us some time, man.
let's
We got a
think-
podcast out of it. We got a podcast.
Well, now's a good time to
To
hear
start.
some of those ideas.
Yeah,
We
what
can
are you
talk
trying to
about it
build?
Right now.
I'm actually not trying to build anything.
Oh,
No,
see,
okay.
that's how it
Well,
goes.
that's
dude.
why
You
we're
get us
not
all
building
excited.
it. Yeah, there you go.
This happens all the time.
No, we got a podcast out of it, so I love that. Now, Ryan, you're from AC, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Born in like Tempe,
Mm-hmm.
and lived there for a while. Moved abroad for a while. Came back ASU.
Mm-hmm.
Met this guy. Fortunate enough to work at the same company for the last 5 years. 'Cause
Mhm.
I was the first developer, and they were like, "Who should be the second developer?" And I was like, "This guy." You know, it's
Yeah.
been a good time. 5 years.
5 years.
Trajan Wealth started out when they were quite small and pretty much Arizona based, and
Mm-hmm.
they're huge now. They, Jeff Jr. on the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Probably seen him here and there.
I don't watch TV.
Selling you an
No.
annuity? No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, if you did, it's pretty much
If you were
unavoidable.
55,
Yeah.
you would know. It's like the target demographic for wealth management.
And my dad actually loves annuities, so I'm sure he's heard of that.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, and that's all about his annuity.
Well, now
It's
they
like
got the
Getting that 5% a year.
what's his name? The baseball manager, Torrey Laval or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
right? Diamondbacks.
The Diamondbacks coach.
Coach. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much
Yeah.
about that either.
Yeah, we're speaking French right now.
Yeah. I mean, we've learned a lot about finance, but I think that like it's been fun. But I think we're excited to like work with other industries. Like
Mhm.
working with NYU has been cool. Getting back in the education space. Working with a local startup here that's kind of in like the beauty space. It's gonna be like a mobile application for massage therapists, like estheticians, like all these kind of small. Imagine like a mix between Tinder and LinkedIn.
Mhm.
That is a very fun project to be
Mhm.
building.
I like that. I like
Right?
that.
You got the swiping. You got the ability to make a page.
Right.
Interact as your business.
Yeah. So is that your main focus right now, the Tinder/LinkedIn? Is that going to be like for everything, or is that just a beauty esthetician thing?
Oh, that's
Oh,
just
that's a
just
client
one.
That's just
project.
one
I mean,
project,
that's the
okay.
fun of like doing a company and being freelance is that you can be involved in like a bunch of different things
Yeah.
rather than just all finance, all wealth management all the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was never a finance guy. I thought about it. I was like, it was either going to be, Wall Street or real estate for me, because I was in New York, and it was like, well, the Wall Street thing was a little, too involved. I didn't really know anybody. Real estate, I actually had some great contacts from school, so it was like, I ended up just going with that, and, I think it was kind of made for that.
You needed
Probably-
something
probably the
where you
right
could wear a
choice.
suit, right?
Well,
like,
the
whatever it is,
finance
yeah.
guys they wear suits way more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're very like, old school by the book. They'd be wearing
Yeah.
a tie. They wouldn't be wearing jeans and hipster boots.
They definitely
Just-
wouldn't have holes.
They definitely
did
wouldn't
wear
have holes in
jeans.
their jeans. Yeah. So yeah, finance is much more like, I don't know. It's just like a more serious older
Oh,
crowd.
absolutely.
I don't know how else to say it, but yeah, it's like
It's very
No,
accurate.
it is like that.
Old money.
We really didn't fit in with that crowd.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
it's like the exact polar opposite of the
yeah.
engineering basketball shorts kind of
Mhm.
Yeah.
vibe that we
Flex
sometimes
schedule.
bring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come late, stay late.
Yeah. No, they're
Yeah.
they're there
Not at
at
all.
7 a.m. every day. Got to be there for market.
Exactly.
Market opening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, with the time difference too. Yeah, the market opening here is much
fuck,
earlier.
It's the worst place to
Yeah.
be for the market opening when it does.
Yeah. And also, when you're managing people's finances, like on the same suit point that you're talking about, like there's a level of responsibility that you have to have in the way that you just simply appear and the things that the way that you appear to the client because they're entrusting like everything to you, and so you
Mhm.
have to carry that. If they looked like how I looked a lot of the time, I don't think they would necessarily trust me. So I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, we have that in real estate where we are in charge with a lot of people's money, and it's very, it's a big deal for them. But at the same time, real estate is so much more personal based and personality based that if I wanted to wear basketball shorts, I'd probably have clients who wear basketball shorts too.
Right.
So it ends up working out more freely for me like that. But yeah, I couldn't do the whole like stuck up thing either.
Yeah, pretentious.
Yeah.
Like, gotta drive the right car.
Gotta drive the right car. Which actually I do that. So.
I was gonna say.
I'm like, wait.
I definitely do that. No, Tesla though.
That's an engineer
Which is
car.
it's basically
It's
what you guys are
versatile.
building.
Yeah. No, I'm more thinking, Mercedes type vibe. You know, like there's a type of
Yeah, the
vehicle.
AMG.
Yeah,
It was like a financial advisor.
whatever
car.
Corbett drives.
Yeah, AMG.
Right there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It's not too flashy. It's not like we make too much money, but it's like, but we're not poor.
Yeah.
Right
You don't
in the
want your finances managed by a broke guy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you don't want to be like shows up in a Lambo and you're like, where are my fees going? They're funding this Lambo, right?
Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
delicate balance. that you have to
Delicate
maintain.
balance.
Absolutely.
It's funny. There was a saying. It was Wall Street's the only place where a guy with a Lamborghini will take advice from a guy driving a Honda. And that was a saying I used to hear back in New York. Yeah.
I always thought it was cool when somebody is, absurdly wealthy and then they still drive the Honda. You know, it's very, it's a tech CEO type move, but I
Maybe they just
appreciate
don't
that.
want all that attention.
It's a big brain move. You got to have the
Yeah.
burner car.
Yeah.
So my real estate developer friends who got me into real estate, like he had the burner car, which he would take when he was going to a project because you don't want the contractors to charge you triple.
Mhm.
So you take the burner car. But then it would be the Bentley when he's out, living his life.
Right.
Yeah. So it was like you had the appearances
occasions,
managed
yeah.
for each one.
Show
Yeah.
up to a gala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just driving
That's the
around
way
New
to
York
do it.
City, we had the Bentley.
When was this? Like, how was it living in New York?
It was cool. This was 2010s, pretty much the whole decade. I officially moved back 2022, but like I was ready to come back in 2021. Like I just had to wrap up my business and like, you can't just leave when you have, a business like this. It's
No,
like I have to
totally.
wrap it all up, make sure everything's referred out. So I did that and I came back officially 2022.
Nice.
But
Do
it
you
was
miss
a good.
it? Being
No.
in New York? No.
No, not at all.
You got plenty of that.
I enjoyed what it was before COVID. COVID hits, everybody leaves.
Yeah.
Like everybody I know left. The only people who didn't leave were like people who were so well established that they just could not leave.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was established enough to where I could have stayed, but I tried to tough it out and like it was just miserable. It was like I'm basically starting over with friends and everything.
Oof.
City's turning over, all the businesses are closing.
It's a weird time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wish I came.
Whereabout were you in New York specifically?
I actually lived in the West Village for the last 6 years, so pretty close to NYU.
Wow. It's very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
How many people were like you said? Everyone left. How many of those people went to Phoenix?
None.
None. Yeah.
No one.
'Cause
Yeah.
that's like a pretty specific. Like, why'd you choose Phoenix? Did you have family?
Oh, I'm
or-
from here.
Oh,
Born
you're
and
from
raised
here.
here. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm also
Full
like
circle.
like this guy. Are you born and raised here?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
not born. I was born in San Francisco, but
Okay.
when I was like 2 or 3, we moved out here. So
Yeah.
raised for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I'm born and raised. I'm actually 4th generation Arizonan, but I just didn't want to stay after. I went one semester at ASU and I dropped out. And I'm like, this was just high school repeated. So I was
well,
like,
we met at ASU.
Yeah, we met there, and I would agree. It's not exactly like the college experience. You're not like it's just so spread out. You don't feel like the college feeling to it. Totally, it felt like high school around too.
Yeah. It was just like the same old for me, and I had always wanted to go to NYU, and because I got that time at ASU, I probably could have gone there straight out of high school, but they didn't let me in after that break, so I went to Baruch College instead.
Okay.
Yeah, but Baruch College is like 25th Street in Lex, so it's really close to NYU, just different school.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
How was that? What'd you study, by the way?
I ended up dropping out again because I met those people in school who got real estate. Their family was into real estate, so it was like school was beneficial for me,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't be here without school. But at the same time, I dropped out again.
I mean,
Never went
if
back.
you got something going where you
Yeah.
don't need to finish, then
Yeah.
might as well.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of successful people that dropped out, right?
Oh yeah.
So many stories about that.
Yeah,
Kind of like a prerequisite.
I actually think like for a real estate broker who does what I do, like I think the people who go to school are actually kind of crazy. Like,
Yeah, it's like
you
what
finished.
does it benefit you? Yeah.
Well, if you like actually finish school, you probably have much more of a different mentality. Whereas a lot of like top real estate brokers, they just They didn't go to school,
Mm.
or they did, or they went for like arts or something, and then they like, they couldn't make it as an actor or something, so they got into real estate.
It's all about personality, right?
Yeah.
Just
There's a debate.
with autism.
There's a debate even in our profession whether or not you need to go to school to do it.
It's a very real debate.
Yeah, like certain places are like, no, you have to have a degree, and certain places it doesn't matter, and
I think ultimately it doesn't matter, but the people you meet while you're in school, because you guys met at school.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go. So the connections you make are what really matters.
we've often said. I mean, this is my opinion. It's like that was like the reason I went to college was to meet Ryan. Like it's already paid itself off.
There you go.
It's all about who you know, right?
It's all about who you know.
Right. There are also things in college that you learn that you otherwise wouldn't have.
It's
you
true.
know, because you just wouldn't learn it on the job. But honestly, for the most part, if you didn't learn it on the job, then why do you need to know it at all?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of one of the downsides to all this curriculum. That like, do you really need to take like calculus 3? A lot of engineers, we have to take these crazy classes. You never touch that stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
I think we look back and we talk about like 3 to 4 classes where it's like, hey, this is still relevant, but the rest of it, it's like, don't use it at all whatsoever. You know?
I think it's a shift in the mindset too. It's like when my actual grandma, she went to law school in the 60s. Like women didn't go to school back then, and she was very proud of it. Imagine how disappointed she was when I dropped out to sling apartments. But like she went to law school and never actually became a lawyer. For her, it was just the pursuit of learning and doing that thing was enjoyable for her.
Totally.
And she actually became a college professor after that.
Part of it's just like the way that you think, right?
Yeah.
Like the having to like even just like having to pass like a final and having to like get prepared, get something done in a pinch. You know, you procrastinated. You have 2 weeks. You got to do this project. I think it's like even if you don't remember it, it's definitely like it's like exercise. Like
it like simulates real deadlines that are actually going to happen in real life. It's a good test of your skill. I guess.
Yeah.
It's like a dry run.
Yeah, dry run.
Yeah. I just think it's weird how that kind of shifted from like, oh, my grandma did it because she enjoyed it and she wanted to challenge herself, whereas now it's like, oh, I have to do this to get a job. And I think that's where it kind of lost its way.
And I think initially, like, that's how it is. Like, I remember, like, being freshly graduated, it's like you kind of had to have a computer science degree to get a job as a programmer. But, like, once you're a couple years in, like, we run into people all the time that are in our field that are really good at what they do, that studied psychology, for example, or, like, and they just taught themselves on the job and, proved themselves capable. And it really doesn't matter what you study. I feel like these days,
it just matters, like, who you are and what you're capable of. Like,
that's a good point.
Yeah. But that said, there are some people...
Unless you're a doctor.
You're a doctor, you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
Probably should actually go to school.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, honestly, with engineering, it's like I'm right down the middle. Sometimes I do feel like I'll run into people who just like don't really, I don't know, they don't really know like the fundamentals. And it's like, that in part, I think is because they didn't go to school. But I don't ever know really, because then there's other people who are incredible engineers, like our, other founder, Jesse, who did not study computer science. In fact, she studied like animal biology and like zoology.
Something crazy, yeah.
Yeah, she like, trained chimpanzees when she was in her 20s. Yeah, so.
I mean, if you guys ever do some animal testing,
they
test coding on animals. We're going to test our app on monkeys. Jesse, your time to shine, baby.
I think she did psychology, which, you kind of do have to be inside the end user's head, You're trying to make an app, you're trying to design something, it does help to know how they think, so I feel like it's... wasn't it psychology? I feel like it serves her well.
That's true, but also she knows so much about monkeys, and she worked with monkeys.
She did, didn't she?
Yeah, so I don't know.
You're going to have to ask her.
I also work with monkeys.
Yeah.
Not the animals.
It's you.
Jensen's pointing at himself. You guys can't see it. Janet would never call Jensen a monkey. This might be the first podcast I've done where we can actually hear Jensen talk, because we have the open mic right now. Jensen, you want to say hi? Say hi to everybody.
Hey, everybody.
There he is.
Jensen, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, let's go.
Jensen Canijo, everybody.
I did think about getting another camera and like being part of the conversation.
Yeah,
At
and
one point.
Squeeze in here.
yeah,
bro.
like
Yeah.
who's that?
Hold the chair.
Who's that late night show that they do that? It's like Conan, where he just talks to the guy who's in the band or whatever, and he's always
goes
like
back and forth.
pant backs and forth to him. Yeah. 2026. That's a good idea.
To try it out, yeah.
Try it out, yeah. So Codality, you guys are building a few apps. How long has this company existed? Just the past few months? You guys founded this year?
5 months or so.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's been in discussion in Ryan and I's mind for a while, but it was only in the last 5 months or so that we got an LLC. You know, we got all the extra.
Business
It's
insurance,
official.
the
We have a
whole works,
website,
yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
But we've always been in the interest of sort of like moonlighting and doing odd jobs together, and now it's just like we're doing it in an official capacity and going to do it for our full-time job.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
Is this your first entrepreneurial venture between the two of you?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I think
to,
in like
to
an
the
official
extent that it
capacity.
becomes our entire job, yes. Like
Yeah.
we've moonlighted, we worked on jobs together before, but yeah, like outside of our salaried job. But this will be the first one where, you know, there's no daddy paycheck coming through. You know, like it's
Yeah.
all on us.
I think that's the hardest part is like the cutover. You know,
Yeah.
you're salaried for so long, you got benefits and all of it, the 401k plan, and then, you know, the transition's going to be interesting because we're just going to suddenly not have any money other than our clients.
Yeah.
Right.
We're luckier than most, I think, that we're able to have like, you know, 2 clients already
Mm-hmm.
while still being, you know, full-time employed day to day.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a little bit nerve-wracking to just cut over and
Totally.
the only business
But-
we find
and we're
this
doing
company.
things that like typically engineers don't do. Like we have to get into marketing now. You know,
Right.
we have to have an online presence, do things like a podcast. You know, like,
Right.
like try to find people who want software development rather than just have it given to you by your
Yeah.
employer. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so we kind of have to wear both hats there.
I totally relate to the feeling of like, oh wow, this is a lot of pressure because when I first got my real estate license, I've actually never had a salary job. I've had plenty of jobs,
Really?
but never one with a salary.
Mhm.
So I was 22 years old. I got my real estate license. I did not sleep for the first month until I closed my first rental deal. And then the first rental deal I closed, I think I made like $800. And I remember thinking I did all that work for this. But then 2 days later, I got a surprise check for $5,000. And I wasn't expecting that. It was just out of the blue. And that's when my eyes kind of went, oh, this is
actually great.
yeah, this could actually be something here. And I ended up making like $15,000 that month.
Oh wow!
So-
Well, hopefully we have the same kind of first month as you.
Well, it's just really painful to go from 0 to 1. But
Yeah.
then go to 1 to 100 is way easier. You know, it's like the hardest part is that initial just scaling from nothing into something.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, we're making our way to that 1. You know,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's just like it's a transitionary period, and it's just gonna have to take a lot of work and effort. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, if you can still go to sleep at night, you're still okay. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
sort of.
Sort of.
Over your
Yeah.
head. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like the sleep.
We don't
could,
sleep well.
Sleep could be like better, but I am getting some. Yeah.
The screen time before bed. It's not helpful with a good sleep.
No. Well, that's what they say, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
What
I'm,
do they know? Yeah.
I think I'm immune to screens at this point because I'm always on a screen before bed.
Do you have blue light glasses? Is that
No,
your
I'm
secret?
like in my home office, so it's not like in my room.
Oh,
If I'm in bed, I'm usually just passed out,
yeah.
or at least trying to pass out.
I like the amount of space that Empire has,
Mhm.
but I think that having a home office a couple days a week, especially for like coding, it's hard to do without.
Yeah, I do my
Yeah.
big computer work at home, not here.
Totally. I mean, that makes sense. Same. Multiple screens and like a door that you can shut.
Yeah, I got my big screen. There's no one to distract me. No one's going to talk to me. You know, I might get a phone call, but I can silence that. So here, if I'm here, I'm usually talking to people or doing content or something like that. So I come here for the social aspect for sure.
I think
Yeah, that's exactly what we did too. We're trying to find a line where we can get a lot of work done, also
Right.
make the connections and build that. It's hard to do both. You know, that's why the working from home is nice. Like it just being in complete solitude.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Especially if you live alone.
right?
There's some people like, oh, they're married, they have kids. Like
Right.
home is actually a distraction.
Totally,
yeah.
For me, like home is more peaceful than anywhere I could
Yeah.
be. But it gets depressing. It's like
It
you're
gets
just sitting
depressing.
at
You
home
forget
all
what day it is.
Your
You know,
day
you're like
is, yeah.
still in your boxers.
Yeah. So it's a
Cup
balance to
ramen.
keep that motivation. That's why I love a place like this.
So how often do you come? I mean, I see you here all the time, but is it like a few times a week, or you
Yeah.
don't usually spend the whole day? You just kind of like pop in.
Yeah,
live
pop
nearby.
in.
Yeah,
It's at
yeah.
least 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
Or then I'll stop in between appointments or something.
Smart.
No.
Living in Scottsdale would be helpful. Unfortunately, I live in Gilbert, so it's a bit of a commute. It's probably like 30
Where in
minutes.
Gilbert?
Like Val Vista and Elliott area,
Yeah, that's a commute.
south of the lakes.
Yeah. I lived on Chandler Heights and Power, which was technically
Oh
Gilbert.
wow. That's
When
a
I was in
longer
high school.
commute.
Yeah. But you get off at Val Vista. It's like to get there. It's like we get off
okay.
at Val Vista at the 202, and then you just drive an extra 15 minutes.
Gotcha.
So, like, but I know that commute very well. But yeah, my parents still live out there. My brother still lives out there.
Oh, that's cool. You have more family here, or just your like immediate nuclear family?
Got my Scottsdale cousins. Got my sister in Phoenix, and then I got another set of cousins in Mesa, Gilbert. So I got quite a few cousins, aunts, uncles.
So you were the only one who was out in New York then? You
Yeah.
just went out by yourself?
Well, actually, one of my California cousins, she's from San Jose. She's in New York right now. She went to she went to Columbia, and now she lives in
It's a
Inwood.
nice college.
Yeah.
I've
She
actually never been. I would really like to go someday. You've been like twice, right?
Where?
New York?
Yeah.
Would love to go. But
Twice. And
one of
it
these
blows
days.
your mind the first time you see it, especially coming from Arizona. I remember that's the first like big city I ever saw, and Manhattan like blew my mind the first time. I don't know if you had the same experience.
I went there when I was a kid, so I had like been there a bunch when I was younger. It wasn't like I moved there and that was my first experience of it. I do remember like walking around and be like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like,
yeah.
I'm lucky I get to be here. So I had that experience, but it wasn't like new to me. Like I had been there before. But no, it was very different in the sense that like, it's just different. It's like you grew up.
It's like the opposite of Arizona, right?
Yeah, but
Arizona's like sprawl.
Yeah, but I I really wanted that, and I moved back here. I actually picked the place that was like most New York-like, which is living in downtown Scottsdale, at condo with 700
Phoenix?
units.
You wouldn't say like Phoenix is the most, the one-way streets and the, I don't know,
Downtown
weird
Phoenix.
nightlife at any hour.
The
Hipster dive bars and
The thing is, downtown Phoenix actually closes so early. Like
True,
the bars will
true.
close at like 9
Yeah,
or
that's
10
so
during the
true.
week,
Yeah.
so it's like Scottsdale's actually better for that stuff.
Interesting.
But at the same time, being tethered to your car, which I am as a real estate agent,
Right.
it's just easier to drive in and out of Scottsdale, Old
Oh,
Town.
for sure.
Yeah, you got to be built
There's
more.
free parking everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
it's not the same downtown.
Yeah.
Downtown's a
Downtown is a pain in the ass to get in and out of with your car. Like if I ever have a showing at like 4 or 5 o'clock in downtown Phoenix,
It's a mess.
like you just have to add 20 minutes for traffic.
And all we got is the light rail, which is, not the best public transportation solution.
Yeah.
Right.
Seen some stuff on that light rail.
Yeah.
We all have, I'm sure.
I've seen way worse stuff on the New York City subways. Like I think the
Subway's
light rail
worse.
hate,
Yeah.
No, I believe it.
the light rail hate is overblown, but at the same time, like it's just a different kind of weird. It's like it's consistently low class, whereas in New York you would get on the subway. I mean, you'd sit next to a guy with a suit and a Rolex.
Right, right.
He'd be sitting right next to a homeless guy. So it was like an interesting
Yeah.
dichotomy.
Yeah.
Whereas on the light rail, it's pretty consistently just
Yeah.
homeless guys. Yeah.
Because it's not the best transportation option. It only is like
No.
if you don't have a car.
You're right. Yeah. So yeah, the New York City subway is literally better than driving a car, whereas here the light rail is just like it can be better than driving a car within a certain radius of a few blocks, but for the most part, you still need your car.
I feel like I would like New York. Fun fact, when I moved away from Arizona, I actually moved to Beijing. And they say it's a lot like New York. Weather-wise, huge city, lots of people, the embassies are there.
Except for the whole, speaking Chinese thing.
Except for that whole thing. No, but I mean, you have a lot of foreigners. Just
Which
like New York, you have a lot of
he
like
just hides
random.
that ball. You can
Yeah.
speak Chinese.
Can you speak Mandarin?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I was over there for 10 years, so I kind of had to learn
No
it to get around.
shit.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Wait, so you can actually speak Mandarin for business?
Yeah, but
That's amazing.
Unfortunately,
That's
I don't
incredible.
use it, right? Like with, so what kind of job? Maybe I can use it at Codality. Like maybe
You
we
could
can
sell
find
real
some-
estate, bro.
I could,
I literally,
Yeah, I mean,
when I
you need somebody to talk to your Chinese customers. I got you.
when
I'm trying to practice so I don't forget.
When I got my broker license for the first time, 2017, I literally tried to teach myself Mandarin. I bought like a book and these classes, and I got like one lesson in, and I'm like,
It's a hard.
I'm
language.
never,
It's a hard
I'm
language,
never
yeah.
gonna learn how to speak this fluently enough. It's not worth my
No,
time.
totally.
So I just gave up. But if you can already speak it like competently enough for
Yeah.
business, that's a huge advantage.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, you can work more than one like entrepreneurial job, right? So maybe we just go sling houses in Chinese. I'll just be your translator. I won't have a license or anything.
I gotta find some Chinese buyers in Arizona first.
Oh, is it really? Is that not a thing? I
Ed,
figured
well,
there's a lot.
Ed literally just brought on people to side real estate. It's like this husband-wife team, and they're both Chinese.
Oh, okay.
And that's the whole reason he did that, was so they could have Chinese-speaking
makes sense.
agents. Now, they are actually Chinese, so they
Yeah.
look Chinese, which,
I
you
don't
know, helps
Chinese.
them. Not really.
I'm not. Yeah.
McCloskey? I mean, maybe that's Chinese, like if it's spelled with the...
But on my mom's side, I had to have like a different name when I was over there because they obviously can't say McCloskey. So like, you know, like people come here, they're like, oh, my name is like Rainbow, or, you know, they'll pick an English name. But you also have to pick a Chinese name.
Did you pick
when you go
Rainbow?
over there. No, I already have an English name. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I met somebody named Lover, and I'm like, God, that's a cool name, bro. Like, because the names all mean something, you know.
Yeah.
So they don't want to just be named John. They want to be named like Rain, or, you know, my name is
Rainbow.
Star. Yeah, Rainbow.
What was your name?
It was Meng Rayon, which was Mencius and then Sharp Peace. So-
Mencius?
Yeah, you know, like Confucius's main disciple,
Oh,
apparently.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just phonetically like Rayon is Ryan, you know.
Mhm.
Meng is McCloskey. It's just easier for people to pronounce.
Wow.
That's super cool, man. I didn't know that wrinkle about you.
Right?
I
Well, the
would
subway
ne-
system was crazy.
Was it?
Like, you could get anywhere for like 25 cents,
Mhm.
you know? Everyone took it. Rich, poor. It
Mhm.
was just better. The traffic there was terrible, dude.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
mean-
Like, New York traffic is so bad
Oh,
that
yeah.
the subway is literally faster.
Yeah, it's literally that's why when you were saying that, I'm like, that actually tracks, because it's
Mhm.
like you could pay more for a taxi and you could wait in there for like an hour, or you could get anywhere you're going if you're
Mhm.
willing to navigate the subway.
Mm-hmm.
It's like New York, but it's safer too, you know, because one party system, you know, rules with an iron fist. Like, there was like no crime. It was insane. So
New
you could be
York.
out there at like 3 and be like 10 years old. You know, I could go around the city unsupervised.
So I actually told people, like, in the 2010s, I thought New York was literally safer than Arizona. It was like
Really?
cameras everywhere. Like, no one's gonna rob you in
Broad
Manhattan
daylight,
or
yeah.
like
Mhm.
anything like that. I mean, you go to the sketchy parts, parts of Brooklyn or way north Manhattan. Okay, maybe you can find some shady parts, but for the most part, it was totally safe while I was there. Till COVID hit. COVID hits, crime shoots
Huh.
way up. Police
Guess
just
that
weren't
makes
out.
sense.
So I didn't personally see a whole lot of crime, but it was there, and you would
Yeah.
read about it. And there was just a fear. I remember the last couple months I was there, I had already bought my ticket, planned my move. I was just waiting on my apartment to be over and done with, and we were on the subway, and there was there had been stories of shootings on the subway within the past couple months, and there was this noise, and it sounded like a gunshot, and people just mass panic on the subway car I was at. Everybody is fighting for their lives to get out. I just get caught up in it too. I'm
Wow.
running out. So everybody leaves the train at the next stop, and we all just are like, "What the hell was that?" And we look in there, nothing happened. Absolutely nothing
Sounds
happened.
like Gilbert.
People were just
The
so
rain
on
cans.
edge.
Oh my God, is that a
Right.
gunshot? It's fireworks.
People were just so on edge in 2022 New York that
People seem more desperate
Yeah.
in New York, I remember, during COVID, because I
Yeah.
think you just have so many people packed in there,
yeah.
you know, and it's
And
everything's shut down. Like, you rely on so much more day to day living in a big city like New York, right? Like, just being able to walk around, go places.
Yeah, I would.
You're
I would
in
walk
an
everywhere.
apartment, and
Yeah.
you know,
I didn't even have a car.
yeah, exactly. So you can't take the subway, right? Because was it shut down during COVID?
No, it was totally open, but there was when the crime started to go up after COVID, it was people were just
okay.
on edge.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
when that happened, it was man, people really are afraid of living here right now. And it was kind of okay, I made the right choice coming back to AZ. This is
Totally.
not someone I want to be afraid of for my life every day on the
Yeah,
subway.
the next
Yeah.
outbreak.
Yeah.
I was like, it was kind of weird here. We were both here during that time, and I think, but it sounded like what was going on in the cities was 10 times worse.
Mm.
At least it felt like a kind of, I don't know, same thing, but the freeways were far less packed, and
Right.
it was pretty, not that big of a deal in Phoenix, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, in the inner cities it must have been wild. Also, it would have sucked to not be able to go out to any of the nightlife or anything outgoing in the cities, but then go back to your apartment, which is where you would spend the least amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Like-
didn't live in my apartment. at all,
Exactly,
basically.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In Arizona,
But now
a
you're
lot
stuck
of people.
Yeah.
If you're in Arizona, like before COVID, after COVID, it's beyond not going to the office. It's you have a house, you have a garage,
Right,
you
got
go
a
to
backyard,
Costco.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can
Right.
have a stockpile.
Mhm.
Seems like it would be worse in New York, right? Because you're smaller place, never there, and now you're stuck there.
Right.
It's the
Yep.
only place you can be.
That
Yep.
sounds awful.
Rough.
Yep. And it's still not back yet. It was like I was looking up
Oof.
the CVS that I live next to. It was a 24-hour CVS until 2020, and then it became close at 11. I looked it up on
Whoa.
Google Maps the other day. It still closes at 11 p.m.
Some
they
things
haven't
never went back.
Yeah, there's
They
a lot
haven't
of stuff
fully
like that,
reopened.
including inflation. It's never
You're
come
right.
back, you know.
But like it's just wild to me because we have a 24-hour Walgreens right across the street from Empire,
Wow.
which is like, New York City doesn't have that anymore, whereas Scottsdale
It's
does.
crazy. They never
Yeah.
bounce back.
Yeah.
Did you also feel like you kind of socially atrophied after that? Like, I personally felt that way because, being a software developer, I was just stuck at home forever and ever and didn't go anywhere, didn't really see people. And when I got back out into the world, I was just kind of like, man, how do I talk to people? Like, how do I make conversation? And
Yeah.
maybe it's just me, but
Yeah.
it was like
I
a
mean,
social
I
atrophy.
thought-
It's the best way I could
yeah.
describe
my
it. Yeah.
job involves talking to people. I mean,
That's
there
fair.
were months where I couldn't work, so that was a bummer. But
Yeah,
because my job is talking to people, it was kind of like
riding a
whatever.
bike.
Yeah. But I was sober when COVID happened, and I remained sober. So when I got back to Scottsdale, it was like, I actually, I didn't really go out at first. Eventually, I started doing it. And now I can drink and hang with the boys.
Absolutely.
I have no issues.
I know.
But like, I was like atrophied on that sense. Like I wasn't like going out.
No
having
tolerance
fun.
anymore.
No
Just had
tolerance,
one
but also
beer, got
like
smashed.
yeah, and I just like wouldn't want to drink regularly, or I wouldn't like, wouldn't want to hang out with people and go out at night. I would like get up at 6 a.m. and like do my thing. So
It's definitely a balance, You don't
Yeah.
want to do that every night either.
yeah, you want to be in between.
Well, it's part of the Empire thing. Is like it's a great place to network and meet people, but like you have to have self control,
Yeah.
right? Because
You're
if
in
we
Old
wanted
Town.
to, we could just go downstairs and just smash beers and just go out, have a night on the town later.
Right.
But we have to build our businesses, and so you definitely need a little bit of
it's
self
like a
control.
challenge in general.
I don't
it's
think
an
you'd last
option.
very long here if you were smashing beers and at 1 o'clock and then just going out right after.
Probably true.
Yeah.
Because they would be like,
You
don't
guys-
come back,
Yeah,
or
don't come
because
back.
we'd run out of money.
Right.
They'd be like,
Or
don't
both,
come back.
yeah.
Exactly.
Or like we're one, we're not gonna serve you anymore. Two, like get the fuck out. But yeah, no, I'm glad you guys are here. It's a cool experience, and I get to see your company grow from scratch. That's fucking awesome.
Looking forward to
Thanks,
it, man.
man. Likewise.
Let us know if you change your mind on actually needing software and not just getting us all excited for nothing.
So I actually hooked up with Ed's company. So like his company
Oh,
does
cool.
all the tech. So like if you're gonna build something, it would be for Ed's company, and then
Let's
I
go
would
talk
just
to Ed,
I
bro.
would
I
just
mean,
get
like,
that
anytime.
tech stack that you
Yeah.
built for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, path is clear, man.
I was like, yeah.
We need to go.
We'll
Talk to Ed.
No, that's so his whole thing is like it's not a real estate brokerage, it's like a tech platform. And then people like me, we own our real estate company, and then Ed's company just powers it on the back end.
Oh, so Ed's company does power you on that. What's it called?
Side.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What does it do for you specifically?
So they do a lot of things, but basically it's like venture capital for a real estate agent. Like they basically just white label everything. You own the company, you run the company, you sell your deals all through your own company, and you keep the equity. They power you on the back end, and they get some fees for that.
So it is enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Software.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like we need to talk to Ed more about this. I'm sure we can.
When he
we have a
told,
lot of information to.
so it was kind of like you guys. Like I met Ed, and we were just having a drink. We went to a charity event. We hung out all night. And I was like, I just thought he was a cool guy. I didn't know what the fuck he
Right.
did.
Yeah. Same.
And then like a couple months in, he's like, oh yeah, side real estate. And I was like, word, what's this? And we actually had one of these podcasts where we talked about it for the first time. And he told me what it was. And I understood right away. And I kind of got mad. I was like, man, I should have invented this. Like, I'm in the real estate industry and you fucking invented this? But the thing is, like, if you're in the real estate industry, you would never think of a...
But then you also got to go build it. You
Yeah.
know, and that's-
Well, you just would never think of a solution so elaborate. Like,
True.
it literally doesn't exist. And the company's almost 10 years old. No one else has done it because it's just so, one, hard to build, two, extremely hard to scale, and three,
Yeah.
it's so elaborate. Like, if you're from the industry, you would think like me, you'd just be like, well, we don't need these brokerages. I'm just going to get my broker license and do my own brokerage,
So interesting.
which is exactly what I did in the same year that he founded Side.
So how long have you guys been using Side?
I just hooked up with them this year, like within the past month. But I've known about it for almost as long as I've known Ed. And
Oh, you just didn't know that it was Ed's thing. You're like, did you already know about it?
No,
Or you never heard of it?
I had heard of it like
'Cause
once
they're huge.
or twice.
It's a huge company, and I'm like, how have I never heard of it before? 'Cause
So-
I'm not in real estate, right?
Well, even if you're in real estate, like the whole idea behind it is that they white label brokerages.
Oh,
So
fair
like
enough.
there was a big a brother team. They're going to prison, but
Oh,
they were like the
it's a
big
different
I was
podcast.
like,
yeah.
what happened there?
yeah, Tal and Oren Alexander from New York City. They're going to be going to prison, but
Oh man.
they were like they formed a company, and I heard of their company. It was Official was the name, so it was OFFICIAL, Official Real
It's like
Estate.
spelled in the traditional.
Yeah, Official
Okay.
Real Estate. They were
brand.
backed by Side, and I remember hearing about backed by Side once, but I didn't know what the hell that was until I met Ed, and he told me about it.
Being named official won't prevent you from going to prison.
Well, those guys, it
Bringing
was
it
just a
up,
really
things.
unfortunate
Yeah.
thing
Oh,
for
okay.
Side. Like
Oh, definitely.
they were looking for a big name in New York City, and they got their big names. Those guys just had a rough history. Like they were doing stuff for years and years and years, way
Wow.
before Side was ever involved.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so it's
That's
like
just bad luck, man.
yeah, just really bad luck. I mean, they could have asked me, and I would have told them, yeah, those guys kind of shady. But like,
You guys
they
should have.
didn't.
You guys should have met. You should have met Ed like a long time ago. I think you guys would have had fun.
Well, we moved here same year, 2022.
Oh no way.
Yeah. So, good timing on that front.
Yeah.
Well, boys, I hope you come back and give me an update on everything that's going on with your company.
Let's do it.
Next
Absolutely.
year.
We're in.
Yeah.
Let's check in next year, see what's happening with Codality.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thanks so much for
100%.
having
do
us
it,
on,
boys.
man.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.